The leader of the American Muslim Political Action Committee, or AMPAC, says an expectedly large march in Washington, D.C., planned for September 11th, is designed to show that fear, not the American people, runs the U.S. Issa Hajj, describing a key concern among march organizers, says unjustified Muslim bashing has continued ever since Washington, New York City, and rural Pennsylvania were traumatized 12 years ago in the 9/11 attacks. Quote, "The culture of anti-Muslim sentiment results in violence toward Muslims, and the root of all this fear is 9/11, said Hajj, AMPAC's operations chief. The U.S. government's story of 19 Muslim men carrying out the 9/11 attacks by taking over 4 commercial airliners with guile and box cutters has convinced many Americans who don't challenge that story that all Muslims are the same, Hajj added. Quote, "We want to expose the lie that these 19 people represent all 1.6 billion Muslims in the world. The march," backers say, is for honoring all the victims on 9/11, as well as everyone, especially countless innocents, who have died in the resulting war on terror in several countries. Hajj told me that the list of speakers taking shape includes more non-Muslims than Muslims who want to clear the air of all this bias and protest all the blood and tax dollars expended to sustain this war. He works with 9/11 activist Kevin Barrett of Wisconsin in promoting what is being called the Million American March Against Fear. It was going to be called the Million Muslim March. Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan has been invited to speak, as has former Congressman Ron Paul. Asked if he or AMPAC takes any position on what really happened on 9/11, Hajj told me, quote, "only that there is enough evidence to show the government story is not true." He did not elaborate. Meanwhile, March co-organizer Chris Phillips appeared on the openly hostile show of Fox News anchor Sean Hannity on August 19th to talk about the September 11th march. The interview was a mere tag team setup involving Hannity and a representative of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. These two hurled verbal brickbats at Phillips with Hannity because some supposed anti-Semites might show up at the march, repeatedly asking Phillips,
"Is anti-Semitism hateful?"
Phillips, who is not a Muslim, countered that being blindly anti-Islam is also hateful, while condemning all forms of hate and stressing that the march is open to all and respects everyone's free speech.
"But anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism,"
Phillips added, suggesting that Zionism is really an ideology which disproportionately elevates the state of Israel. The 9/11 march will center on the National Mall in Washington while covering several blocks near the White House and other key landmarks. Protesters also will condemn FBI traps and the illegal wiretapping and surveillance of Muslim Americans, as well as media propaganda making the word terrorist synonymous with the word Muslim, Hajj said.